Clint and Michael here. We are so excited to talk about our year-end giving initiative. Do you know what it's called?
It is called Make It Count. And we believe at the end of every year, it's an opportunity for us to consider our financial resources and how we might do Christmas differently, how we look at our resources that we have and figure out how we make it count together as a community. We have the opportunity to look at stories of both individuals within the Eastown community and our surrounding community and our Love Local partners to see the impact that has been made through the mission of Eastown. And for all of you that are a part of it, we are so thankful and we love this opportunity every single year to get to celebrate.
So let's check out this story and then we'll be back to tell you how to get involved.
So growing up, I was baptized as a baby, and then I went to religious education in the Catholic Church. I went from my first communion when I was 7, went all the way up to being confirmed when I was 14 years old. Once I got confirmed, my parents basically told me that I could do whatever I wanted when it came to religion. And because I didn't really connect to what I was being taught in the Catholic Church, I just left, and in my mind, I completed the assignment. I made a friend, and Christianity played a really, really big role in her life. And something that I noticed, number one, is she didn't fit the mold of these toxic Christians that I had seen, but also the way that she found a lot of comfort in her faith was very interesting to me because it was very different than what I had seen growing up in terms of religion. So it was very intriguing to me. I just felt comfortable to ask her a lot of questions about the way that she feels about her faith, different questions about the Bible, different questions about Jesus, and she would answer them to the best of her ability, and sometimes she couldn't. And then one day she just said, these are all questions that you could bring to Alpha. And I thought, okay, maybe it would be better to ask multiple people these questions instead of just one person, and then I can get multiple takes on it and actually go somewhere that's meant for people with questions. So my first experience at Alpha was really lovely. I walked in, I was really pleasantly surprised at how welcoming and kind everybody was. Everyone was just super happy that everyone was there, and we all got to sit down and meet each other and eat dinner together, which was cool. And then after we ate, we got together and watched a video, and then after the video, we got in our groups and we discussed the video and asked questions. And there was a week that we talked about forgiveness. And because that was a concept introduced in Alpha that I could really relate to, because you can understand the concept of forgiveness without practicing religion your whole life. I thought about that night at Alpha for like a whole week after, and how forgiveness plays into my life and how I would like to be more forgiving and what that would look like in my life. I kept coming back to Alpha because I liked having a place where I could go and ask questions, and everyone was so nice to me and very welcoming. And I also kept coming back because I never felt pressured to believe any one particular thing. I think sometimes you go into religious spaces and you're worried that everyone's trying to convert you, and I did not feel any of that in Alpha, which was really, really nice. If I ever had any skepticism or doubts, people would empathize with that skepticism and doubts and even meet you where you're at and say, hey, I might be a Christian for however many years, I still have doubts all the time, and so you feel okay and you don't feel like people are judging you. And I also just really enjoyed the community at Alpha, meeting everybody, coming back every week, seeing the same people, getting to know them more every week. I would tell others about Alpha, if you're looking for a place to go with questions about God or religion or the Bible, this is definitely a very good place to go to find community and to find people that will empathize with your doubts and your skepticism, that will answer whatever questions they possibly can, but also empower you to find the answers on your own to your questions, which in my opinion makes it mean more that you're seeking this knowledge yourself, and that will help you in your journey.
I love those stories. It's like fuel for what we're doing, right? To hear about how God is making such a huge impact through people's resources here at Eastown. And we get to continue to do that. Every time I watch these stories or I hear a story like this, I'm like, there's not a better investment out there. And to watch people giving and sacrificially giving in this time of the season is absolutely incredible. Now, maybe this is the first time that you've done this, or this has become a tradition in your life. I think it's an opportunity for you to look at Christmas differently, for you to look at your resources differently. Maybe this is the Christmas that changes everything. Because we look around and we look at the world, we look in our own backyard and we're like, when are things gonna change? We actually have an opportunity to change things. And in fact, Jesus talked more about money and materialism than he talked about any other subject in Scripture. Isn't that crazy? More than even love, right? It's like, why? Because he knew that money, he knew that finances, he knew that materialism was the thing that could grab a hold of us and actually become a god in our lives and strap us and imprison us. But one of the things I think that Make It Count does, it gives us the opportunity to say, you know what? I'm not going to be mastered by this thing. I'm actually going to be in control of it and use this to make a difference. I can't wait to see what our year-end giving, the difference that is going to make here at Eastown and with our local partners.
Yeah, and here's the incredible thing is we have a $65,000 match on the table that has been put together by both the Stratum.
Is it from us?
It's not from us. By the Stratum Foundation, who believes in the mission of Eastown, and then a few other families here at Eastown that have added to that. And we are so excited that offers us an opportunity to really magnify our generosity here at Eastown. And so here's what we're asking of you to consider. There are a couple opportunities on the table. One is this: there is a 4-to-1 match for any new reoccurring giving or increased reoccurring giving. That's really incredible. 4 times whatever you give in a new reoccurring or increased reoccurring gift, because reoccurring giving is what helps us plan for the future. It is the way we're able to set our budget and consider what the future holds here at Eastown. The second match on the table is a 1-to-1 match for any gift that is above and beyond your normal giving. That is what Make It Count is, and it is an opportunity to be formed in greater ways by the heart of Jesus. I believe that to be so true in our finances, that it is a spiritual formation happening in our lives, like you said, that offers more freedom. It offers the opportunity to impact some of the broken and hurting places in our world. And so we are asking you to consider, as an individual or as a family, what God might be asking you to do. You might be stretched this Christmas. It might feel a little uncomfortable. It might take greater trust than you've ever exercised before when it comes to your finances. But we believe when you open your hands and your financial resources to God and just say, God, what are you asking me to do? Where do you want to stretch me? What you will see in your own life and what you will see as an impact in the lives of others is, like you said, one of the best investments that we can make. So we're so thankful for this community. We're so thankful for you considering this, and we cannot wait to see what God does through our Make It Count initiative.
Yeah, that is actually amazing. And this year we're actually setting a goal.
Which we've never done before.
Which we've never done. And our goal this year is $200,000, which we are so excited about. Mm-hmm. I just want to say thank you. Thank you to those of you who have been so generous here at Eastown. I'm already going to do a preemptive thank you to those of you who are going to step in by faith this year. We think it's going to be incredible at what God does through your generosity. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.